Because of the work you've been putting in, these obstacles are being overcome. Okay, and the more that you realign with your truth and speak it with conviction, you'll be able to see the most progress.
Come on, let go, baby. You know you wanna. Come on, let go. Don't you know it feels good? Come on, let go. You know you wanna. Come on, let go. Don't you know it feels good? Hey.
What is up, Cancer? Mika here, the Traveling Tarot, back with some messages from Spirit in regards to what you may need to embrace, accept, or release over this full moon that's coming up on the 9th. This is a Sturgeon Full Moon, and it is going to be a wonderful way for you to tune into the energy of release and open up your heart and mind for receiving, okay? So these messages are for people with Cancer placements. They are for people who are watching for Cancers. They are for my beautiful brother and sisters in Cancer. They are general messages, so do take them as they resonate. However, as soon as anything resonates, I always say, see to it that you do, tune into why it does resonate for you. So we're just going to start with some Cupid's Arrow Oracle messages, and we're going to pull a couple of these to see what you may need to embrace, accept, or release during this coming full moon. Okay? What do you want, my beautiful Cancer, to embrace, accept, or release during this full moon? I want Cancer to know. You want me to let Cancer know over this full moon. Whoa. Oh, that is so wonderful. They want you to embrace the fact that you are overcoming these obstacles, my beautiful Cancer. It says you're getting back on your feet and you're gaining strength from these difficult situations. You're also overcoming these obstacles because of your dedication, okay? They want you to applaud yourself. They want you to embrace the fact that even though it might not look that different, you are overcoming these obstacles, and especially with the Lionsgate portal reading that we just got, you are gaining strength from these situations, and it's helping you get back on your feet. They want you to stay dedicated to your goals. These efforts that you have been putting in or putting out, it right on down to the releasing and the surrendering, are going to reap success, okay? So they want you to embrace the fact that these obstacles are being overcome right now. Okay, so do what you can to try to gain strength or see what the message is in whatever it is you might be going through, okay? Because you gaining that clarity is probably the game changer that is going to change the situation and help you overcome the obstacle, okay? Okay, I love this so much because this falls right into releasing, my beautiful Cancers, okay? Embrace the fact that you're overcoming these obstacles. But if you are holding on to something, there is a need to release this secret or be honest about something, because they're definitely saying, speak up. So if there's something, and it might have to do with some type of a partnership, it might be a soul partnership. That's so crazy that this just showed up, but we won't get into my personal. You guys are a trip. So there's going to be a need here to speak up, to release something that you've been holding on to. They're also saying that this could come from someone else, but if it is something, it could have to do with a twin flame or a soulmate or some type of a partnership that matters to you, okay? But there's going to be a need for you to be honest with yourself when this confession comes through, or be honest with yourself, speak up and confess this thing you've been holding on to, okay? And so the full moon is going to be a perfect time for you to do that, Cancer, because it's also still in the retrograde. We have that until the 11th, so it's that time where the shadow side is going to be showing up. It could show up in people, it could show up in thoughts, it could just show up as an energy that's around you. But until you speak up, You're gonna need to be honest about what's going on here and take it at face value, which I think one of the last readings we recently got was, don't read too much into anything and speak your truth no matter what it is that does show up. And again, it could very well have to do with a twin flame, a soulmate, a relationship, a partnership of some sort. Oh, I love that so much, because Cancer, they want you to know, and I think we keep getting dedication and putting in the work in this energy because you have been doing the work, okay? They want you to be aware of and embrace the fact and accept the fact that you have been doing the work. And what is showing up is not a reflection of you being wrong or broken or not doing something right. It's because you're putting in the work that these things are coming up, and there's a need for you to step powerfully into these things that are showing up and speak your truth and mean it and not give a damn what anybody has to say about it. Take these steps that you're taking from a place of knowing, okay, it says you've been building the path to success. The actions that you've been taking are helping you achieve those goals. But this is why the shadow self is going to show up, because as I always say, it can't come with you. This person that you're building has to be strong enough to handle the things that are coming in for you, which is why even though we are manifesting, we are, progressing and expanding, those things that we've been carrying with us can't go. And so accept the fact that you have been putting in the work. It's helping you overcome these obstacles. This falls right in line with embracing the fact that you're overcoming those obstacles because of the work that you've been putting in, okay? You're building that path to success, and you're definitely gaining strength and knowledge, and that's also what the Lionsgate portal is about. It's about manifestation, but it's about growth as well, and for you to be able to step fully into your power and into your truth. We also did have realignment show up with jumped out with putting in the work. So this could be an ask for you to put in the work and focus more on your alignment. So this falls in line with you speaking your truth or releasing something that you've been holding on to. But they're definitely saying shift your perspective so that you can gain the most clarity, okay? So if you haven't been putting in the work, it's definitely going to be an ask for you to tune into realigning with your purpose. And again, falls right in line with, is what I'm doing in line with who I'm becoming, okay? And that is exactly what I said as evaluation would show up, okay? Feed out what doesn't serve you. Reevaluate things from a place of honesty and clarity, and speak your truth from a loving and authentic place, and you don't owe anybody any type of explanation or apology. It's going to be one of the hardest things for you to accept, Cancer, is that you don't have to explain yourself anymore. It can just be no. Okay? But they're saying this full moon, you're going to want to embrace the fact that you're overcoming the obstacles. You want to understand that because you've been putting in the work, you can speak up and speak your truth with clarity and power and conviction, and you don't even have to be rude about it or go into some explain mode about it. It's no, this is the truth, this is my truth, and that's it. You can have your truth, and I'm not shitting on your truth, but we can both have our truths and coexist. I don't have to be this, and you don't have to be this. We can just bond through the infinite mind that we are, the infinite supply that we are, and the infinite love that we are. Love should be overshadow any disagreements or different perspectives that we might have, okay? And there's going to be a need for you to do this so that you can realign with your purpose, okay? And speak your truth with confidence, okay? So let's see. I am going to go ahead and jump right into the tarot and see what they want you to know. But I think on the last reading that I did, we also got the Page of Swords, because this is a curious time for you. It's time for you to be curious, but also being open to receive. Not just ideas, but different perspectives, different ways of communicating, because again, the page is an air sign. It's all about communication and speaking your truth. This is how you want to be perceived, okay? Because this is about your image of self being projected, and then you attract the people that see you the way you see you. So your only work here is to see yourself in a certain way. But they want you to know, because of the work you've been putting in, these obstacles are being overcome, okay? And the more that you realign with your truth and speak it with conviction, you'll be able to see the most progress and receive the downloads that are definitely flowing right now, Cancer, okay? So the full moon is going to be a need for you to embrace your truth, to reevaluate whatever you've been doing, see if it's in alignment with who you are. Know that you're overcoming these obstacles, and realize that speaking your truth is also a form of putting in the work. Tell me more about this overcoming obstacles here, please. Alright, so I am going to take all three of these cards because it comes with a breakthrough, okay, and it comes with that clarity, and also being able to speak your truth, holding to your truth. And crowns represent enlightenment, but this also represents victory, okay? So we have, with the overcoming obstacles, we have a need for you to, first of all, you do come out on top, but we have a need for you to hold to your vision in the face of whatever does show up, okay? And also, because you have been putting in the work there, my beautiful Cancer, you are overcoming these obstacles. So there's a need for you to hold to your vision here. It did show up with the Lovers, so there is going to be a decision that needs to be made, but it needs to be in line with your vision and your values and who you now see yourself as, okay? This is definitely about keeping your eyes on the prize. And there's both of these cards kind of right now have the same energy of, stand firm on your vision in the face of adversity. Continue to keep your eyes on the prize, even in the face of temptation, adversity, and challenges, okay? And we have that also showing up with the Four of Cups, okay? So there's a need to reconnect through gratitude, because Spirit is handing you new opportunities, or has been handing you something new. But if you've been in this fight energy, or feeling bored or stuck or stagnant, you may not see what Spirit's actually handing you. But if you make the decision to hold to your vision, then Spirit is actually handing you something that you're going to see and be able to tangibly feel. Because it does say that even though you have had to deal with whatever challenges, you're gaining strength from those situations, and you're getting back on your feet, which is absolutely what the Seven of Wands represents as well. So, and then that brings in the clarity, and that brings in, again, a new truth, because I was just, the next card I'm going to be asking about is confession, and this definitely represents, swords represent speaking, communication, writing. One of the recent reading I did mentioned automatic writing, so some of you guys might want to try that. It's a way of channeling Spirit and stepping out of the way and seeing what information comes through. Just if you just write down exactly what's coming through you read it back, there's going to be a message in it for you, okay? But this is bringing in a new truth, a new victorious truth, as well as you being able to speak that truth. Because there's going to be a need to start speaking the truth, or releasing something, or something that you've been holding on to, and it's through being honest, okay? So give me more about this confession. What does my beautiful Cancer need to know about this confession that is going to be a release? And again, it could be an actual confession from someone or for someone, but it's also going to be an ask for you to speak up or start speaking your truth boldly and proudly. Judgment. It's literally about you do it, first of all, discernment and evaluation. We do have that, because that's definitely what you're going to be doing. And when I picked that up, it said declutter. So that's what you're doing now. And also by speaking your truth or not holding on to things anymore. You're going to actually be answering a call that calls you closer to your purpose. Not only are you using this discernment to declutter the mental fog, because that's what it feels like, but now you're able to boldly live your truth, step into your truth, and you're answering a call, okay? And you're doing that through discernment and evaluation as well, okay? And you're getting the relief, and this actually represents what you probably have been doing, which I would say is taking these secrets or these thoughts or these things or these things that you need to say with you, even though you've been trying to find relief here and trying to hear a call. It's been hard for you to hear that call because it's time for you to speak your truth instead of taking these truths with you. It's time for you to stop holding on to these things and taking them everywhere you go. That it's one of the things that's been holding you back, my beautiful Cancer. It's time for you to start speaking up and release yourself from all of these things that you've been taking and carrying with you. Okay? Again, do it through discernment. They're even saying that's why judgment showed up with the Six of Swords, is to let you know you want to use your discernment to stop taking these things with you and start speaking up. Tell me more about putting in the work for my beautiful Cancer. What else they need to know? Action that helps achieve goals. It says building the path to success. What do you want them to know about putting in the work? What does my beautiful Cancer need to know about putting in the work? Ooh, perfect. This is the perfect card to get with putting in the work. Especially because you're using that discernment to start speaking your truth and living your truth there, Cancer. Putting in the work. You're getting your ships are coming in. What you have been working at is coming through. Especially as you realign and shift your perspective and move from a place of clarity. But what they said about you are overcoming these obstacles that showed up in the Seven of Wands, the Lovers, and the Four of Cups, which could just be you're feeling stuck because of these obstacles. You're feeling like these obstacles have been in the way and keeping you from moving. But they're saying speak your truth, because the more work that you've been putting in and the work that you have been putting in is yielding the results that you're seeking. They want you to broaden your horizon and look beyond what you're currently living so that you can see what's truly coming in for you there, my beautiful Cancer. And it's a King of Wands energy. It's asking you to reclaim your power by tapping into the fact that you have been taking the actions, you have been building the path to success, and looking towards that broader view or that broader horizon allows you to see the things that are happening for you. It really does change this Four of Cups energy, because a lot of the times when you feel stuck or stagnant, you can't see the stuff that's being handed to you. But that's what Spirit wants you to see right now, is because you are putting in, or if you're willing to put in the work, you're reclaiming that power, and now you're being able to receive the things that are being handed to you. And so, yeah, the only work here, Cancer, is to accept the fact that you are taking the right actions, or accept the fact that you'll need to take the right actions to truly see things happening for you. Okay, let me get a card here for realignment, and then I'll send you guys off with an angel number. Oh, whoa, that actually flew over there, so give me a second. Inner strength. Also, this represents that infinite strength. As you get the strength card, and we're in Leo season, it's an 8 card. The full moon is here on the 9th. So we're still just out of that Lionsgate portal, and it's Leo, and it's all about, and I just did a Lionsgate reading that was all about tapping into the infinite strength, infinite mind, and infinite supply that we have and are. And so they're saying tap into that infinite you. Okay, shift your perspective, get the clarity that you need so that you can see the things that are happening for you. Use your discernment, speak your truth, and stand firm in the face of what does show up. But they do want you to know that you're gaining strength from these things that are showing up. But most importantly, you are overcoming those obstacles. So that is going to be something that you want to embrace, because it'll help soften the energy of you thinking that this is how your life is, or this is who I am, or this always happens because of this, okay? And again, there's that clarity. That clarity, that strength, and where does it actually even had clarity for realignment. And the Queen of Swords represents clarity and receiving those downloads and perception, and she's perceptive, she's clear, she's receiving, which is why her hand is up. And they're saying the more that you gain that sense of clarity, you tap into your infinite strength, you're now in a place of realigning or realignment with your purpose. You're able to speak your truth unapologetically, which you're definitely being asked to do. And now you're moving with clarity, overcoming obstacles, receiving the right next steps and the moves to take. And you're taking the action, okay? Because not only are you just sitting around and decluttering and evaluating, but now you're taking the action because you're clear and you're moving with inspired action. You're looking from a broader perspective and you're now moving with inspired action. It's really a very beautiful energy that we're coming into, Cancer. And honestly, full moons are great for releasing or for setting intentions. And then you got a new moon right after that. And so it's a wonderful time to do that cycle ending, cycle beginning energy of the 10 of anything. Or the world energy or that. But yeah, I do hope something did resonate there, Cancer. Your only work here right now is to accept that what you're going through is not only bringing you growth and strength, but you have the strength to overcome them, and you are overcoming those obstacles. But it is because you are maybe still holding back. We saw with that Six of Swords, or taking the things that you need to say, or those thoughts or those perspectives with you, that there's going to be a need for you to release that stuff. And it's definitely about speaking up, or the way you're communicating, or even the way you're communicating with the universe. If you're still taking that stuff with you, then you're not sending a clear signal enough to see that you've been putting in the work and see the things that are coming in for you. Okay, but it's just a couple of perspective ticks of clarity. It's just a couple of perspective ticks of clarity that are going to help you tap back into your infinite strength, see that you've been doing the work, and move powerfully along your path, okay? So I hope something resonated. If it did, I always say, please do support the channel. I really love doing this, and I really would love to connect with my fellow Cancerians in this space. So if it's helping you, please do support the channel, as well as if you're interested in booking a reading, shoot me a DM, or you can go ahead and click on the link in the description. And yeah, let's definitely rise together here, Cancer, because even though it really has felt like kind of a shit time with everything we've had to go through and overcome, we are really moving into a more abundant and powerful timeline for ourselves. And so there's some things that have to come to a head before we can fully step into it, or we actually have to fully step into it before we can actually see it. Okay, and so that's why this work is really shadow work and confession and speaking up, and that stuff is really incredibly important and incredibly powerful. So I'm going to go ahead and pull one angel number. I love this so much because I actually saw 808 on my clock this morning, and I thought of the security card, so it's funny that it's showing up here. But remember, we're in August. Remember what I said about Lionsgate Portal? It was literally yesterday. And so the Lionsgate Portal is open. And they want you to know that 8s represent the self, your image of self. They want you, when you see 808, not only I am secure, and I'm protected, but I'm secure with who I am, and I'm secure enough to speak my truth in this moment, okay? What angel number do you want the Cancer watching this video to know and see when they see this number and take as a kiss from you, as they're not alone, they're protected and secure, and all is well? Well, it is mainly because there's a need to release some type of secret or something that you've been holding on to so that you can see the most progress here, Cancer. We also have 1414 showing up, which represents you kind of taking a step outside your comfort zone and seeking or looking for more adventure. Again, just tapping into other things that you might like to do, or something that might get your noodle going again. Okay, but most importantly, it's time to let go of something that you're holding on to, a secret. It could be who you truly are. You might have to hide who you are from people for a certain reason. They're saying now is not the time for you to fall off in terms of who you know you are. Tap into the infinite mind, the infinite strength, the infinite supply. Move from a place of clarity. And if you're doing it from a loving and authentic place, it's okay for you to release the need for somebody to go along with what your plan is. It has to just come from you. It is about you. Once you truly embrace that, you can easily release, you can easily speak your truth, and you can easily move forward and receive with clarity and purpose. So yeah, thank you again for watching, my beautiful Cancer. I love you guys. I am Mika, the Traveling Tarot. Take care of each other, okay? Take care of each other, okay? Peace.